everyone, my name is Kimberly. I work at the Cockeysville branch of the Baltimore County Public Library. Thanks for joining us for today's nature activity. Today, I'm going to show you how you can make your own nature weaving picture frame from some simple items you have around your home and some nature items you can find in your own backyard. Here are some supplies you'll need to get started. A piece of cardboard, a pair of scissors, and some yarn, string, or twine. The first step is to cut our cardboard into the shape of a rectangle with another rectangle cut out of the center so it has a window and looks like a picture frame. Next, I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to cut a small notch in one top corner of the picture frame. Next, I'm going to take my yarn and I'm going to tie a knot in one end. Then I will slip my yarn through that notch I just cut in the picture frame and pull it tight until the knot catches on the back. This is going to help keep my yarn in place when I start wrapping it around the picture frame. Once you have your yarn and your notch at the top of your picture frame, you can begin wrapping. I find it easiest if I wrap all of my yarn together in a small ball. Makes it easier to move through the picture frame hole. So I'm just going to start wrapping, and I'm going to pull the yarn a little bit tight as I go, but not super tight, just tight enough so that when I want to put my nature items in later, the yarn will move a little bit so I can get underneath, but won't move too much that my items will fall out. I'm also spacing my yarn about a finger space, but there's no right or wrong way to do this. If it's a little bit further, it will still work. If they're a little bit closer, that will also still work. Now when I get to the end, I like my yarn to be right up against the edge. And I'm going to turn my frame and I'm going to come right close to the edge again, and then I'm going to keep wrapping. And I'll keep going all the way around until I make it back to the beginning where my notch is again. When you finish wrapping your frame, it should look something like this. I can use the notch where I began to also secure my end piece of yarn. You can find most of the nature items you need for this activity in your own backyard. Here are a few that you could look for. Different shaped leaves and grass. These work really well for weaving. Small twigs and thin pieces of bark will also work really well weaving in your picture frame. Flowers will add a very natural beauty to your picture frame. Dandelions and clover are pretty easy to find this time of year. And last, dry grass works really well. The stems are usually pretty stiff, makes them easy for weaving, and the tops are always really interesting. Once you have your nature items collected, now it's time to begin weaving. And when I weave, I'm going to follow a pattern of under, over, which means I'm going to go under the yarn, over the next piece of yarn, under the yarn, over the next piece, under, over, under, over. And then I can just shift my piece into place, and that will stay put. I can do it with other pieces as well, like this twig, under, over, over. Maybe this flower, under, over, over. And when I have small nature items that only have a short stem, I can kind of put them anywhere I want without having to weave. I just kind of pull them in close and they'll stay in place. And I can just keep adding as many nature items as I like. And when your nature weaving creation is complete, you might have something like this. This is my creation. I used some long thin grasses along the top and bottom, along with some small leaves. On the side, I used some tiny twigs and some beautiful purple flowers from the lilac bush in my garden. Whatever you find in nature that you feel to be beautiful will make a beautiful nature weaving picture frame creation for you. You can also add a string at the top so that you can hang your picture frame, and it will look beautiful hanging in a window or maybe on your refrigerator or any place for that matter. So go out into nature and be sure to be creative. Thanks for joining us.